Hey guys, it's Marta. Welcome to December garden. Today I'll be doing Christmas decoration here in the entryway to our house. We already have the wreath, you've seen me doing that, and today I'll be making all the other decorations. I hope you will join me. Let's begin. Whenever I'm making my Christmas decorations, I'm using things from my garden. I'll be using pine, I'll be using maybe yew, we'll see. We have some of the evergreens that I use every year. I cut them every year in November and in December, and we have minus temperatures and the plants don't mind, so I do it every year and I use a lot of them to make it very lush, very green, so the entryway looks really beautiful. Okay, let's go. First plant I'll be using is this pine. I'm trying to reduce it a bit because I need to make space for my hydrangea, and I really don't like cutting some of my plants to make space for others, but this one will be used for decorations. Then when it's dried I will just shred it and I will compost it, and then it will become the soil for my other plants, so it will not be reduced for nothing. So whenever I'm cutting any of my plants, they will always be covered in leaves or with needles. So whenever I'm cutting, I'm trying to shake the excess of it. Maybe some will be brought there, but I'm trying to leave the leaves here. And whenever I'm leaving the leaves here and the pines, they will also be protection for my plants during the winter. We'll see what weather will come. This December was really strange for us. It was very snowy. We've had almost 3 weeks of snow. So this is why I've waited so long to make those decorations, because everything was covered in snow and it was really cold. We are at the back of my garden. This is my juniper, and this part is always cut for Christmas decorations. So the part I'll be cutting is the part that grew this year after last year's cut, and I think he's loving it. They are always so beautiful. This one is kind of bluish in color. It also has those tiny little silvery balls, which I really love, and it looks beautiful in the Christmas decoration. So I'll be cutting a lot of that too. The third plant I'll be using is Himalayan pine. It is one of my favorite trees in the garden, and I think it is the most beautiful plant to incorporate in your Christmas decoration. I really love it. It grows really fast, so I'm happy that I can cut it for my Christmas decorations. Let's go, I'll show you how it looks like. So this is my Himalayan pine. It is one of my favorite trees ever. I really love it because it's so beautiful. Those pines are, so, I don't know, it's just a romantic tree, and I really love it, and it looks beautiful in all of the decorations, wreaths, and I really like it. It just has a lot of resin, so you have to be careful when working with that, or accept the fact that your hands will be very sticky. So we'll take a few of them and we'll start doing the decorations. I need a change of shoes because those were really muddy and I've spent 2 hours cleaning this thing yesterday. So clean shoes, and now we're ready to assemble our decorations. We have our base from the garden, but I really love to add some color, and during Christmas I really like red outside of my house. Inside we have more beige, we have more whites, golds, but outside really red. So I'll be using those tiny apples. I really love them, they look beautiful, and after our Christmas decorations I take those apples to the part where I feed my birds, and they love it. They just come for the apples, so they stay here. Some birds of course will come, but I know the space where they feel more safe, so after the Christmas I will give the apples to them. Then we have ilex, and I really love it. Those red tiny balls, they add so much color, and I really love them. They are not super fresh because I looked at the forecast, and the forecast said, well, it will be super weather tomorrow, the snow will melt, and that was not true for a week. So they were waiting, but still we'll be using them, and I think they will look really pretty. Another important part of our decorations is this garland. It is called the Nobile Sphere, and we use it every year. This is a fresh thing, but I buy it. There are 2 of them, 2 garlands, each 3 meters long. So we have 6 meters of garland around our door. So whenever I start my decorations, I try to use those tall elements first. So I'll be using ilex or the apples on the branches, and I try to make them look a bit irregular. I don't want them to stick like straight up. I just want them on an angle, and when I do that, then I will add all of my greens. I will try to stick them around it so it looks very cozy, very natural, and I always try to make them look similar because this is a symmetric decoration. I have the same pots on each side, so I try to make them look similar, but if something is a bit off, it doesn't really matter. So let's go, let's begin. Another thing I really like to use in my Christmas decorations are eucalyptus seed pods. This eucalyptus does not have any leaves, but the seed pods are extremely beautiful. They are very grayish, very Christmassy, and I really like it intermingled with all of those colors. The reds look really good with this gray, and all of those green, especially those with tints that are a bit colder, will look beautiful. Okay, the decorations are done. As you can see, it's really, really cold, but it's always such a pleasure to change this space, and it looks so festive, so beautiful. I also wanted to talk to you about the wreath. You've seen the wreath, me doing the wreath, but I've made some changes. You've seen me making the wreath. I think I've done that almost 3 weeks ago. So as you can see, after 3 weeks, it's looking beautiful. It was hanging here all the time. And as I was walking, I knew what I had in my mind to do in the decorations, and I knew I will need to add some color. So I've added those plastic bubbles that are red, and I think they add a lot of oomph and the color. And I've also added those bells and the ribbon, and the color of the ribbon is exactly the same as the schema. So they go well, really well together. The wreath is huge, and I think it will be hanging in until the end of January. And these temperatures are really good for preserving those greens to look really, really beautiful. Okay, now it's time for the garland. Okay, the garland is up, the lights are up. The garland is hanged on some kind of nails that we put into the wall a few years ago when we were doing a renovation here. They are painted white, and they are very good for hanging the garland. They are not seen during the year because they are white. When I put my lights, I always have just one very, very long string of lights. I look where is the middle, and the middle goes in the middle of the garland. And then I try to distribute it evenly on all parts of my decorations. And now it's done, and I'm so happy. It looks so festive. I really like it when someone is visiting us or we are just coming home, and this Christmassy festive feel, it just welcomes us at our door. Please let me know what kind of decorations are your favorite, not only on your entry but also in your house. I'm really interested because there are so many people from all over the world. I really love to read about your decorations. Let me know. I wanted to wish you all Merry Christmas. I hope you'll be spending this time with your families, with your friends, with your loved ones, and I'm hoping you will get a lot of wonderful time. We'll see you next year when we will be doing so many things in the garden. If you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one next year. Bye.